Dean Smith won his childhood club Aston Villa promotion to the Premier League and an estimated minimum windfall of £170 million after a 2-1 victory over Frank Lampard's Derby County. Villa set up in a 4-3-3 formation in possession, with fullbacks Neil Taylor and Ahmed El Mohamady allowed to push forward and join in play very high up the pitch. Conor Hourihane took up a position as single pivot at the base of the midfield, allowing John McGinn and Jack Grealish to advance and take part in attacks. Frank Lampard's men began in a 4-4-2 diamond formation without the ball. Forwards Tom Lawrence and Mason Bennett started in narrow positions and attempted to show Villa outside. Mason Mount stayed high to try and nullify Hourihane, while Tom Huddleston was given the job of shielding his centre-backs and defending balls in to Villa's Tammy Abraham. Those on the right and left of the diamond would release themselves to press when Villa's fullbacks got onto the ball. In possession, Derby maintained their diamond shape. The midfield looked to rotate, with Mount and Harry Wilson both happy to switch positions. When possible, Aston Villa would defend in a 4-3-3, starting high up the pitch with McGinn and Grealish looking to press and defend on the front foot rather than backing off. When Derby were able to get into slightly more advanced positions, Villa's shape looked more like a 4-5-1, with Abraham screening balls into Huddleston. Derby moved well and rotated players within their midfield diamond. When Mount dropped out of the hole, Hourihane was unwilling to track him, meaning Derby often had a midfielder free to pick up the ball from their back four. Bradley Johnson would join Huddleston in the deeper positions, and they had some success receiving the ball on the half-turn and playing forward. Once they'd worked their way into the higher areas, Derby looked to the flanks, almost exclusively down the right, through Jayden Bogle or one of Wilson, Mount or Lawrence spinning wide, while Ashley Cole would drop in to make it a back three. Villa, however, caused problems for Derby in wide areas. Anwar El Ghazi in particular was a threat carrying at pace from deep, with defenders wary of bringing him down. Fullbacks Taylor and El Mohamady attacked well too, sometimes advancing further than their attackers, who would then tuck in. Villa were able to put pressure on Derby by delivering a high number of crosses. Just before half-time, Villa's attacking was rewarded. Ashley Cole was caught out of position, allowing Albert Adoma to receive out wide. Fikayo Tomori came out of his slot to close down the ball, leaving the danger area between the posts undefended. El Ghazi's run was untracked by Bogle, and the Dutchman got to the ball first to turn it home. Villa were gifted a second from a goal-keeping howler. On 59 minutes, El Ghazi, again attacking from wide, cut inside and saw his shot deflected. Kelly Roos, in goal for Derby, failed to claim or clear the ball, and McGinn was able to head in from a few yards. With momentum now decisively with Villa, Lampard switched to a 4-2-3-1, bringing Jack Marriott, Florian Josefzoon and Martin Waghorn on for Huddleston, Lawrence and Bennett. Mount and Johnson dropped back into a two-man midfield, whilst Waghorn and Josefzoon took up the wide attacking roles. This new setup allowed Derby to be more positive and gave them more success in the final third. Josefzoon stayed high and wide, while Waghorn came in from the right and picked up good pullback positions centrally. Derby, however, failed to capitalise and wasted a couple of good opportunities from the wings, with players on the ball making poor decisions, either shooting or trying to take on their defender rather than looking for Waghorn. With a 2-goal advantage, Villa had the luxury of sitting back, nullifying spaces, playing a more counter-attacking game and looking to release their wide men and McGinn and Grealish. Derby, however, were more threatening after Lampard's changes, and all three substitutes were involved as the Rams pulled one back. Villa were caught out by a ball in behind. Tyrone Mings was able to make a recovery challenge, but injured himself in the process. With Villa's defence out of shape, Bogle, marked by El Ghazi in a mismatch, knocked down Josefzoon's pass for Marriott to shoot from his pulled-back position. The substitute's shot was deflected in off Waghorn to give Derby what was ultimately false hope. The richest game in football ended the stuff of dreams for the manager who'd watched the victorious Villa from the stands as a boy. He came into management the hard way and was elated as well as exhausted at the final whistle. They're a terrific bunch of lads. From the day I went in there, working with them every day, they take on different ideas. They're sponges, they work hard, and those last 15 minutes was the longest I've ever had. Whilst Frank Lampard was keen to praise his players. Once we started to get on the ball and play the way we wanted to play, we were pushing. Huge disappointment, obviously, but at the same time, my overriding feeling is pride for the lads in there.